everyone. Welcome to the meditation session today with Zalando. My name is Jazgul. I work in the financial reporting team of Zalando. And one of the great things we can do at Zalando is to share different skills with each other, help each other. And I offer meditation sessions to my colleagues. And today I would like to share with you why we do that, how it helps. So let me tell you a bit how it impacted my life and what exactly we're doing here. So when I started working in Zalando, like around 5 years ago, it was quite a stressful experience for me at the beginning. So there are lots of new things happening, and I think for everyone at any workplace it can be very stressful. But then I realized that there are so many nice tools and so many nice things that can be used. So I tried out meditation, and it was just something what I found out for myself in my personal journey, for my personal development. And at some point I realized that this impact is so powerful that I would like to share this also with my colleagues. So there is one thing that really helped me to reconsider how to impact my inner state, and that is a teaching called a beautiful state teaching. So it simply says that at any given point of time in our life, we spend that moment in one of the two states. So either a state of stress, so whenever we move into anxiety, into worry, into fear, into agitation, these kind of stress states, or in a state free from stress. So this is calmness, this is joy, this is connection, love, and it was so insightful to recognize in which state do I spend most of my time, and in which state do I relate to others, in which state do I connect to others, in which state do I respond to challenges. And the second wonderful insight that really helped me is to recognize that whenever a problem happens, whenever something challenging happens, we naturally experience so much stress, and sometimes some people experience more stress than others. And what really helped me is to recognize that there is a great difference between the problem and the experience of stress. So the problem is usually something external, that's something we can't really avoid, that's something what is happening to anyone in life. And the experience of stress is something very internal. So it's like internalizing different thoughts, different emotions, and whatever we can impact is just the internal experience. And in meditation, we really do that. We are able to impact our inner state. We're able to impact the brain functioning, the body, and today we'll be trying out 2 meditations, which we do in Zalando every day. So the first practice is a very short practice. It's super powerful, and it really helps to move from stress state to a calm state. So you can imagine that whenever you need to focus at work or just to be present to something, it is super difficult to really move into the focus state when you are stressed. So whenever you are in agitation, in fear, in worry, whatever, it's just impossible physically to focus. And it's important to bring attention to that state and to move out of stress. So this practice really helps to move out from a stress state into a beautiful state. And the second practice we're going to do is called a soul sync practice, and that's a very nice practice to start the day with. And it really moves to a very deep, calm state, to become more present, to go beyond what we think we are. So to go beyond our limited consciousness, and to be very clear on what kind of intentions we want to hold for this day, for this week. So it helps to direct the energy to what matters to us. And what is also insightful and really beautiful in these practices is that it's not something that works just for one time. So by practicing regularly, you can feel the effect on the reactions, on the natural reactions. So in my personal journey, I felt the way I would react to the same issues, to the same problem or challenges, that has dramatically changed. So I wouldn't move directly into, worry or anxiety. I would be just naturally more calm. And that reaction builds up, so the calmness builds up, the neural connections strengthened for the experience of calm. And that's the power of meditation. And I'm very happy that we can try it out together. So I invite you to follow that, and I invite you to, if you have a chance to sit in some room where you can be just alone for yourself for another 15 minutes, we can do that now. So you can find a comfortable seat. And give me 1 second. So you can find a comfortable seat. You can straighten your spine. Try not to lay down, just try to sit. And we will begin with a serene mind practice. As I said, it's like 3 minutes practice, and you can do this really anywhere. You can do this even during work. You can just just find some room where you can be alone, and just do that to move from stress state to a calm state. And you can now close your eyes. And make sure that your spine is straight, that you are sitting comfortably. And relax your shoulders, relax your arms. And now you can take 3 deep breaths. So when breathing in, inhale into your entire lungs. And breathing out, slowly observe your exhalation. And take 3 conscious, deep breaths in this way. Step, you bring attention to your heart center and slowly observe your inner state. You can ask yourself a question: what am I feeling right now? And observe whether there is any sense of worry, agitation, anger, boredom, loneliness, guilt, or is there calmness, connection, joy, love? Look inside you and try to recognize your inner state. Attention to your thoughts, and for every thought which you can recognize, notice whether this thought is taking your attention into the future, into the past, or are you in your present moment? recognize the direction of your thoughts, you become aware of the thinking process. And the speed of thought slows down. Bring your attention to the middle of your eyebrows and see or feel a tiny flame in the middle of your eyebrows. And now gently move this flame into the middle of your brain and hold your attention softly on this flame floating in the middle of your brain. When holding your attention in this point, you also help your brain to completely change, to activate the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for calmness, for wise decisions. And whenever you feel ready, you can relax your attention, take a deep breath in, and slowly open your eyes. So that's the practice. It's quite simple, as you can see. It consists of 4 steps. So first was to calm down through the breath, to watch your breath, to continue observing the breath flow. Second step is to become aware of the inner state. So the more we acknowledge what is happening right now, the easier it is to calm down. And the third step is to recognize the direction of the thoughts. Because when we are in a stress state, the brain is functioning quite fast and there are so many thoughts rushing in our mind. It's something we can't really choose or impact. If we are in a stress state, it will just happen to us. But by noticing the thoughts, by recognizing the direction of the thoughts, does it take me into the future, does it take me into the past, that helps us to, through awareness, to slow down the speed of thinking. And last step was a step to create an impact on the brain as well, to change the reactions in the brain. And that's a beautiful practice. You can do this anytime in the day. And great part of it is that if you do this every time you feel stressed, the habit to move into stress will reduce. So your reactions naturally will start changing. So you will notice that your reaction to same issues, to same challenges, they will just transform. And the second practice we're going to do now is called solacing practice. And that's a nice practice, as I said, to start the day with, but you can also do this anytime in the day. And you will be also guided. It's a bit longer, around 15 minutes, but the only one thing you need to know in advance is that I will ask you to count 8 cycles of breath. So instead of counting in your head, which will be more stressful, you will just use your fingertips. So you will put your hands on your thighs or knees, and you will count touching your thumb with each of the fingers for each breath. So you touch your thumb with your index finger for the first breath, and thumb with the middle finger for the second breath, ring finger for the third, pinky for the fourth, and then again 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this way you count 8 cycles. And the rest you will just follow and try to be very present to each of the steps, and helps to really calm down. Yeah. So let's begin. So you can close your eyes. And again, straighten your spine. Make sure that you're sitting comfortably. If it's too difficult to sit like that, you can just lean on the wall. Now put your hands on your thighs or knees, palms facing upward. And while breathing, inhale into your entire lungs and relax your abdomen. So relax your belly. And breathing out, you breathe slowly and allow the exhalation to be slow and long. So in the first step we will do 8 cycles of breath, and you will touch your fingertips to count them, and be present to each inhalation and exhalation. Let's begin. Observe the flow of the breath. You can bring your attention to your nostrils and feel the cold air touching your nostrils when you inhale. And continue to observe. Whenever your mind wanders, it's completely fine. You can simply notice it and gently bring your attention back to your breath. In the next 8 cycles of breath, we will inhale, and on exhalation, make a humming sound. And this helps to release nitric oxide in the sinuses and to move into more deeper calmness. So bring your attention from any thinking process into the vibration which you feel in your head, and you can be present to the sound around your ears. Inhale. This mantra means I am limitless consciousness. You can move into a limitless state. You can feel expansion and bring attention to the sound of the mantra. And now we can inhale together. The building, entire cities, the planet, the universe, everything is dissolving into light. You can allow yourself to immerse in this state. To your heart and recognize any one intention that is important for you now. This could be an intention for the day, for the week, for the year, for your life, whatever is important for you now. And become clear in your heart, in your mind. What is it that you want? And visualize and feel as if it's already happening right in front of you. these emotions. Take a moment to feel gratitude in your heart for all that you already have for this day and all that also expects you in the future. Slowly open your eyes. So this was the soul sync practice, and the practice consists of a couple of steps. In the first 8 cycles of breath, we were watching the breath, we were just trying to be present to the breath. In this step, it helps us to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It calms down simply. In the next step, we did the humming sound to really move into a deeper, relaxed state. And in the third step, we were chanting the mantra. We were noticing the point between every inhalation and exhalation. So that really helps to calm down, slow down the thinking process, to recognize very tiny reactions we have inside us and be present to it. And then we were chanting this mantra aham to move into more expanded state, into more limitless state. And from that state, afterwards, we were immersing into the limitlessness and hold a clear intention, what is important for us. So intention can be anything, can be a good day, having a good meeting, or whatever is important for you, a presentation, I don't know, a conversation you're going to have, or something material as well, like whatever you actually want to have. And it helps us to connect to what we truly want. So it was nice to have you. I hope you enjoyed that. And I wish you all to learn to live in a beautiful state, to learn to move out of stress, not to pile up that stress states. We can really respond to life from much more calmer space. And I hope that more and more people learn that and enjoy the practices, get curious about practices, and I'm very grateful for all your attention, and have a wonderful week.